Okay, so here we are. I pushed stop by accident, so this is part two. Here I am going to, we're gonna have some fun with this. First, before I get rid of the watermark, there we go. Bring that blue. Wow, this is. Although unfortunately the AI started getting when you have it do a bunch of changes, it screws up the resolution. So yeah, but it's very cool. Now I'll show you getting rid of the watermark, which I have to do because when I tried, there was an album I tried to release through my distributor with that on it, and it blocked it, and I didn't know why. And it said something about logos. I went, "There's no logo on there," and then I realized, and I asked it to give me to tell me what the logo was, and it circled this, and I took it off, and it released it. This is a Gemini, kind of an AI logo. Uh, so I could. Oh shit! Wait. Oh, I have to do this one. Click. This is easier than the last one I did because it's all one color. It's not two different shades or multiple shades. Or if it's in the middle of a letter, if it were in the middle of one of those letters, that would be rough. There, pretty close. Now I'm gonna. It's a degraded. I'm gonna leave the lines up there between the stars. Pardon me. Let's go ahead and we'll just make that a JPEG. It'll be one of the only JPEGs. Now let's go take a look. See, in here it always looks worse. So let's take a look. Where's the JPEG? Oh yeah, sophisticated. Ah, there it is. Yeah, there it is. Now let's compare it with the other one and see which one I like better. That gives me a little bit of a problem. What we can do is go view details, and I'll be able to find it right away. There's either this, it's this one. Okay, that one looks a little more amateur, partly because it degraded the quality and the lines between the stars. And by the way, we had one that had lines between the stars, and I asked the AI to get rid of it, and it did. Let me see if I can show you that. Yeah, here. See the lines between the stars there? Which kind of is poetic. I almost left it and I thought, well, maybe it'll get rid. That's the amazing thing about AI. You can ask it to change something and so quickly it just does that and can leave everything else the same. That's one of the things I'd say, just getting a little philosophical, I guess you could say, sort of technologically philosophical. It's like when I grew up as a kid, if you had a palm tree obscuring someone or like obscuring a car you were trying to take a picture of, there was no Photoshop you'd have to be an expert painter, like like a world class artist to draw out the palm tree. And it maybe could be done, but to actually really to have the visual acuity, I guess is the way of putting it, the clarity to take out a palm tree. Or, like I just did, take out those lines between the stars but leave everything else the same. Oh, you'd have to go in. Like, let's go back to that. Again, we're getting a little philosophical here. Now, you could do it even 20 years ago. Is this zoomed in? Yeah, can I zoom in anymore? No. All right, that's about as close as I can get right now anyway. So you'd have to go in here. Let me, did I download that? I did. So hold on just a second. Okay. So let's go. I went ahead and actually decided I'm going to keep a copy of this. In fact, let's do, I haven't done it yet. So let me, uh, I'll just put W lines, width lines, and that will let me know. Keep that. All right. So now I actually make a copy. So back in the 80s, you'd have to go in and I guess with Photoshop. Well, I have Photoshop here. I mean, I don't know if they had photo. Not in the 80s. let's say, let's say 2007. Yeah, in 2007, I think you could. So you, I guess they had the clone tool back then. So you'd have to. This is how you'd have to do it. There was no AI yet that would, that at least to this degree. And the question is, did they have the clone tool yet in 2007? And if they did, was it as good as it is now? See, I can make the size more like 9. And I could like take that. So that's essentially how you'd have to do it 20 years ago. You know, you get the idea. Sophisticated. Like you could do it, but this is how you'd have to do it. But with the AI, you could actually just upload this shot and say, get rid of the lines between the stars. Boom. 10 seconds later, it is done perfectly with no little smudges or anything like I have here. Like, okay, when you back up, that's better. It actually worked. That actually, is this the one? Weren't there more lines? Hold on. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong one. No, it's this one. But I guess we got rid of those lines in between. Or did I? Or did I? Oh, now I'm confused. But you get the idea. You get the idea. The AI just does it right away. Yeah. Sophisticated. All right, thanks for watching. You got to see this whole long process of going through all these images. This is partly proving that I am adding a human touch and human work to the AI work I'm doing with these albums and so on. And that's the main reason for these videos, is to show at least that I have a hand in doing some actual non-AI work within the AI realm. Thank you.